counting on the Tuatha guards to lead me to the staff once I got out of here. Now I'll have to consult the grimoire and retrace my steps. Thanks for nothing. I've devoted my life to becoming the greatest summoner since Arba. If we Dockelfar are going to stay one step ahead of the humans, knowledge will be the difference. None could rival him, in life or death. His power was so great, even the gods feared him. With his staff, I shall be his rightful heir, the Summoner Supreme. Cole made it back to the camp. If he's returned, the camp will need services as well. You help me, and I might be inclined to help Camp Moondown in return. She just wants her weaponsmith back. The captain doesn't realize I didn't enlist to sharpen swords. I joined so I could come here. It's a staff crafted by the brilliant Dockelfar mage, Arba. According to his writings, he imbued it with great summoning powers and Prismere. You do that. Constantly under attack from the Tuatha, it's not very hospitable. They guard the breath of Arba. Very funny. What are you even doing? Oh, I see. The captain sent you, didn't she? Go back and tell her I'm not leaving without the breath of Arba. The captain doesn't realize. According to his writings. Come, I'll show you. Up ahead. I nearly determined its resting place when you blundered in here and killed the Tuatha guards. Thank you, I suppose, for getting the staff back from those Tuatha. No point in keeping it for yourself. It'll only work for one such as me who can understand its whispers. Escort me to the exit where it is safe, and you can give me the staff there. I'll just be it's only fair. If Captain Canwin is... Now, let us return to Camp Moondown. I'll see you there. What? What? The Tuatha don't stand a chance against me now. Surely the camp is fortunate to have my skilled weaponsmiths don't just land at one's feet. They... well, Apparently, they get recruited. Holmes a secretive one. Whatever his reasons for staying, he won't survive long without a healer. Goodbye. Hello.
You found the weaponsmith? Alive? I must admit I'm shocked. And she brings with her a powerful magic? Such aid is more than welcome. And well-timed. The Tuatha are on the move. Goodbye.
Keep your eyes peeled. Hello.
Thanks to you, we might actually live to see reinforcements arrive. I only hope our forces in Shadow Pass are faring as well. You could bring back the mercenaries. We hired them when reinforcements didn't come, but they've abandoned. We'll need them if we are to hold a bit longer. Are you up to the task? We couldn't afford their fee anymore, simple as that. They meant to desert us, but didn't get far before the Tuatha pushed them back. They made camp up on the overlook. You'll have to deal with their leader, Gorham Kane. A necessary evil. Run-of-the-mill mercenaries. None more than a step above criminals. The leader, Gorham Kane's a harsh man, probably for good reason. They have a temporary camp on the natural bridge to the south. They plan to depart Alabastra soon. Goodbye.
Yeah? I liked fighting for Captain Canwin.
I don't need no more stragglers trying me for a penny. I've got nothing and wouldn't share it if I... Damn parasites. High Fulgen's no place for the likes of you. I spent the first few years of the Crystal War as a soldier, but it didn't pay so well, so I fashioned a better deal. Damn me if you want, I'm alive, aren't I? There are few more important locations in this struggle. The Tuatha wish to keep us out of Alabastra, and they will shove us back into Cluricon if they can. We came out here to find work with Deciderus Trav. Word is, Trav's not stingy with the coin. He is commanding officer of a group of Alpha scouts and assassins. Captain Trav tends to do things instinctively. Great man, but difficult to work for. But pay is pay and gold is gold, so who gives a damn, right? It's a mass grave. They just don't know it yet. Between you and I, if Camwen could have paid, I'd have gladly ordered my men to stay and fight. I'm not made of stone, but being a hired sword means you can't fight every battle that inspires you. Her persistence is honourable, even if her hope is in vain. But honour doesn't pay for our meals, our repairs, our passage. War is about survival. Honour has no place on this battlefield. Listen here, I fight hard for my living. If folks don't compensate me justly, I make for elsewhere. If Moondown wants our help, they either pay or help us get through this pass. I've got a feeling the Alpha up ahead have work and coin to spare. If you clear out the Tuatha watchtowers between here and Shadow Pass, we can give Captain Camwen a bit more of our time. What do you say? Because I don't lift a finger without getting paid. Without a contract, I'm just another soldier waiting for his turn to die. Nice try, appealing to my generous side. Pity I haven't got one. That's a surprise. I'd have taken half that. Off to Moondown we go then. Goodbye.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for restoring Camp Moondown and helping us repel the Tuatha. There is one last I am no great leader. I can't offer the inspiration my soldiers need. But the Siegebreaker, speak to them, inspire them to greatness, and we just might survive. Yes, if you could speak to the troops, it would fan the fires that burn deep in their hearts. They trust you, hero. Lead them.
Good
Goodbye.
work out there today.
What?
Hello.
I can barely recall what things were like before all this slaughtering. Yes, what's mine is yours. things going?
I cannot thank you enough. Be safe in your travels, and remember, you will always have friends at Camp Moondown. We are much obliged.
What?
I hate to admit it, but you did the right thing bringing us here. Goodbye.
Hello.
have returned. No Bolgan tough enough to best the hero, eh? Ah, thank you, mortal. High Fulgen will be a bit safer now, thanks to you.
Yes, what's mine is yours. If I have something you need, you're welcome. We protect it. Well, what's left of it.
Agarth wanted me to keep an eye on Lady Shear, but you and I need to have a talk first. I've been reviewing my notes of our last trip to Alabastra, and I've come to some startling conclusions about your death and Tirnoch. These crystals are all drawing their power from one source, something intelligent and malignant, the creature the Tuatha called Tirnoch. In fact, she must be such a strong source of magic that the power she used when she killed you triggered the Well of Souls and pulled you back to life. You were attuned to the well in my lab, but Hugh's well captured your essence. Tirnoch's magic seems to have been the missing element. Something incredibly powerful. I don't know if we even have a name for what she is, because no one's lived to name it. She's not a god. She's something much, much worse. And judging by the growth of this Prismere, she's very close to coming into our world for good. Whatever Gadflow's been doing, it's all in order to bring her here. So you've got to stop him before it's too late. Tirnoch isn't a god. No god has ever commanded that much magic directly. Whatever she is, she must be amazingly powerful. I can see why Gadflow would worship her. Imagine controlling that much raw magic. With tremendous difficulty. Even so, there weren't as many Tuatha here, and we used magic. Magic which you provided, in fact. You never did explain where you got those fascinating little artifacts.
And he named it Prismere. It grows far beneath the Amethyst. It pierces the world, and the blood that flows from these wounds feeds Gadflow's hungry mind. These crystals, this Prismere, whispered to him promises of power, of godhood. It corrupted his nature. The seeds of a blizzard sprouted in the form of a beautiful crystal. It was a gift from her, ere we knew our doom was at hand.
Ventrinio insists on coming with me. Just as well. Someone should keep an eye on him. No telling where his true loyalties lie, or what he might do. I was going to sneak there by myself, but Ventrinio insists on following me. Don't worry, I'll make sure he's safe. And leave him to die? Don't be so heartless. That's my job. He'd be dead without me. And frankly, would you trust him out of your sight? I'll see you in Alabastra. Ventrinio in no telling where his true... I'll see you in Alabastra.
By Lyria, it was you who stood against Baelor when Telera fell. Fortune favors me today. I am commander of the Ariad. Do you bring word of my reinforcements? When the Ariad chose me, I'd lost everything. My friends, my family, all consumed by war. We trained for years, preparing to take the battle to the Tuatha. Then our moment arrived, and in an instant... only I remain. Even if it means my last breath, I will see the Tuatha burn. We are called the eyes and ears of the Alfar, but the Ariad is more than that. We are the sword in the dark, the whisper of death. We serve Lyria and all my men trained for years to be unleashed upon the... I swear, before I too have fallen, winter will burn. I was a scout under Telera's command when Baelor was first unleashed upon us. I witnessed with these eyes what that beast did to our... For what you have done, friend, you'll never have to buy your own ale. Even after the Baelor was unleashed, I believed in Telera. She was the great general. I thought she would, in time, return from exile with our salvation. And so she did. Oh, to have been there, at her side, when she struck the demon down. The ash covering the ground ahead is all that remains of my men. All fallen in our assault on that pass. The Tuatha have built a gauntlet of spell-casting sentries who greeted our every advance with fire. Who says I am? Who says you are? This is Shadow Pass, youngling. Maybe we're all dead but don't know it yet. But I swear, whether I am dead or not, my spear will taste the blood of those arrogant bastards high on the rock. I will make them pay the butcher's bill for what they've done. It's just, these Tuatha wage war like none I've known. Magical fires burning my men to a cinder with a word. But if you're brave enough to challenge them, we may have a chance. They're using the terrain against us, flanking the paths from above with sorcerers. If you can neutralize these sentries, I will charge the approach myself. Together we might be able to break their lines. The pass ahead is defended by a sorcerer on the over. See if you can find a path to his position and attack him from behind. If you can do this, I'll bring steel to the Tuatha line. Until later, then. has begun, but we must press on lest the Tuatha secure the high ground. There are more sentries ahead. Each must be killed before we can advance. Well done so far. The next pass might be trickier. There are 2 sorcerers overlooking the path. Once you've felled them both, I will charge the lines myself. Until later, then.
Got myself a little tied up here. And is it a trick of the eye, or are these crystals growing? Just got myself tied up in some trouble with the locals. Nothing I can't handle. Honestly, I haven't had this much fun in decades. Not on your life. This old man can still take care of himself, but I will take just a moment to catch my breath. Stupid old lungs. Keep going. I'll meet you at Vengeance.
This will be painful.
Excellent work. The main Tuatha encampment lies ahead. Take cover with me there, and we'll discuss the final. The Tuatha are consumed by madness and deserve only death. We shall give it to them. The main Tuatha encampment lies... I'll be here.
The skulls atop high fulgen shine, and coldly gleam in a precise line. For us who chew on hollowed bones, while alive we wail vapid moans. It's delight for us to feed, to feast, we the winter of the east. We the corpses in putrid bloom, we of decay and twilight gloom. Will never halt our hungered wait, till spilled blood is on our plate. So come into our lands at night, and see an endless wintry sight.
The final Tuatha encampment is just ahead. It looks like they are led by the Witch Knight Decidin. I cannot deceive you. This will be a suicide mission, but we've come too far to turn back now. We need only kill Decidin, and Shadow Pass will be rid of the Tuatha. Press forward. We have shattered 2 of their lines, but their command position... We must break them now, before they can regroup. He has killed countless Alfar. When the Tuatha first pushed us across the sea, Decidin led the vanguard. I lost many friends that day, and I have not forgotten the one who slaughtered them. Stay safe. Greetings.
Gadflow's corruption has reduced my homeland to this barren waste. And it's only getting worse. You've still got plenty of this blasted wasteland to go. You're lucky you don't remember how beautiful they used to be. Before Gadflow. And keep your wits about you. These Prismia crystals are alive, and inside them, I feel something horrible and hungry. I've spent countless centuries in these lands. I promise, I know a few shortcuts. Watch out for Twilight Pass. Whatever's happening here, it's getting worse.
The anger festers in the heart, and perfectly you play the part of hero to the summer's west, bringing Tuatha to their rest. Why do you try so hard in vain? Why bring the others senseless pain? Don't you see, mortal, don't you see the body impaled on the tree? Will you not witness their loss and feed upon the awful dross? Or walk again past corpses new without care for the rotting few?
Be vigilant. We are deep in the heart of the Tuatha. Stay safe. the last of them. We've paid a heavy price, but Shadow Pass is ours. I'll make camp here until reinforcements arrive. It was an honor to fight by your side. Maybe this will help you out. Stay safe. Hail, friend.
The House of Vengeance enacted the whims of our mad king. The divided court became Gadflow's Tuatha by force or by rebirth. The Winter Fae dwindled before this wave of frenzied strife, and before long, they were soldiers in an immortal army, or they were outcast. The greatest of vengeance, Malwyn, Claran, Vescain among them, became his witch knights. War had come again to the Fae, but instead of by Lord Own, it was Gadflow the king without a winter.
Hail, friend. We took the pass, but the Tuatha are still about. Stay safe.
O gloried stranger in our land, bringing death with the fate's own hand, filling the graves with corpses new, that feed the vultures, mortals too. Yes, they'll eat the flesh of the dead, and tear the limbs off, and the head. They only need the slightest lie to give them reason as to why their minds should be free from all guilt. And that is how your morals wilt. Continue, stranger, in our home, where demons tread and evils roam. For you are now a part of woe, blight, dusk, ruin, and living foe.
must hurry. There is much to do. Gask and his forces are preparing to march. They know about the caves and will not cease until every last one of us has been slain. And there are the survivors of Eventide to consider. I have not heard a whisper from across the pass. And Esha, she plots a fool's errand. We must stop her. Much to do. Forgive me. Ever since the Tuatha came, omens of our destruction besiege me. My every notion is of escape and salvation. When he refused to worship Gadflow's god of smoke and ash, he thought first to kill us, but then chose a far grimmer fate. He made us his example. He sent Gask. First, Gask's priests destroyed the clans. Then he burned the bodies of the fallen and breathed in their essence, mocking the dead and the great cycle itself. One day, that is all Gask needed to unravel many seasons of the telling, to make the earth shudder and the sky weep. Now he sits above us, watching. Ashmore and Eventide stand astride the pass, the corridor leading from Bale to the wider world. When we refused to stand aside for him, he ripped his way through. Wonderful! Your attack will give us time to organize an escape. Do not underestimate Gask. He is among Gadflow's best for a reason. His camp of Cadsamir is to the north, but you must defeat his witch knights along with the Fae himself. I have faith in you. He lords over Twilight Pass from the plateau above, rarely seen, his minions executing his bloody work. Both he and they prefer it thus. An agent of Gadflow and head witch knight of Cadsamir, one whose acts define him. Little is known of him, but this is not important. His actions here are a grim enough tale. They did not sense the changing of the tide as I did. They had no warning. The first of Gask's soldiers occupied the pass, severing Ashmore from Eventide, ending all communication between us. We of Ashmore retreated into these caverns and know not of what fate befell Eventide since. There are many good folk there, Bareth, Nell, and even Ordo. She was once of the House of Vengeance, and has always served as the guardian of Ashmore. But she is only one warrior against Gask's legions. Esha fears an attack, and wishes to lead survivors to safety through the caverns. Perhaps you can talk her out of it. She readies her people below. Victory will be yours.
So frightened.
You must help us.
I am surprised to see a mortal so far south, especially after what your kind has done. Before, there was balance. The great cycle cradled us all. Now there is only death and despair. Bareth was right about you. Your mortality is contagious. I am from the clan of Ashmore. After our home was destroyed, I went looking for survivors. These few remaining Fae I found in hiding. but I cannot guide them out of danger without aid. He was the wisest of us, the sage of Twilight Pass. His first lifetimes were spent as a House of Seasons guide, learning to trust the flow of the great cycle, to listen. But I have not glimpsed Barrett since the attack, and I fear for his safety. If you journey to Aventide, find him, for me. At one time, the clan of Aventide thrived, until the Tuatha marched through the pass, slaughtering its people and razing its places. It was one of the 3 summer houses tending to Fae memorials to prepare them for their renewal on this land. I don't know what has become of it now. There has never been such a certainty, such blind faith in the gifts of this world. But whether by Gadflow's hand, or your kin's clumsier ones, we are all in danger. Now we Fae perish as you do, never to return. Voices lost in the smoke of Gadflow's god. There is no winter and summer any longer, only the autumn of falling leaves. Tuatha controlled the whole area. It saddens me to think how many of our land's treasures they have taken by now. A dark and bleak land to the north. It sickens me to think of all the Someday, he will be overcome. It sickens me to think of all the destruction and malice he has brought to our people. Someday, he will be overcome. Perhaps, I suppose, it is possible, by a mere child of dust such as you. Hoping to assuage your mortal guilt? Of this I care not. But you have come at a fortuitous time. The Alfar armies bar any crossing their lines, stranding us here to die. But there is another route. The caverns lead north, taking us right under the Alfar without them even knowing. But the way is very dangerous. Our people will not wait much longer, and some have already gone on their own. I must help these remaining to escape, even if I die to make it so. The caverns of Twilight Pass were long ago seized by the Mergen. Their queens block the passages, spawning more of the beasts to hunt us down if we venture too close. It is a blessing that we've evaded them this long. You are, by my reckoning, a step closer to absolution. No sins are entirely unforgivable, not even those of mortals. Come, the tunnel is not long, but my people are weak and unfit for combat, and the Mergen are clever. Let's go.
To make it.
On behalf of the Ashmore survivors, I thank you, Martel. Now go. Others need you still. See you again.
The enemy is out there. Last I heard, he was working to understand the beasts known as Murgan. But I've not seen him in so long and could not tell you what became of him. Be careful.
But Gadflow was not content to rule the Court of Winter. Mortals would bow before him as well. And so he made war on your people and drove them from the eastern lands. The Alfar fell before an avalanche of corrupted fervor. The Tuatha acted as one army and built the Prismere chantries as new idols of their false mountain god, their Tirnoch. If you are here, then you are sold to the putrid lands of the old. Your lost body will burn, to crumbled ash will your bones turn. There is no hope left for your life. Wielding hammer, sword, or knife will not save you. You are the waste of a contempt's malicious taste. And what awaits your untuned mind is what you hope you'll never find. The vilest, darkest, blackest thing. The conscience of a reigning king.
Your talent is me.
I was keeping an eye on you from a safe distance, to see if you would keep your promise. I am amazed. I dared not speak of it, but there are prophecies of a mortal who would herald our kind's passing. While the defeat of Gask will count as a victory against the madness of Gadflow, I wonder if it is a harbinger of darker nights ahead. Prophecies aside, you have done as I asked, and we, the clan of Ashmore, recognize you. Farewell. Help a friend out, won't you? There's a relief. Help a friend out, won't you? There's a relief. You there. I am called Ordo. You have my thanks, stranger. I was beginning to worry that no one would ever come, that I would stare at these same walls until I was drawn behind the veil. Because I am an unfortunate creature upon whom luck has never smiled. But I meant to change all of that, to turn failure into fortune. How was I going to do this? Her name is Mora Challen, and she is a fate weaver. I met her while exploring the deep ruins of Weckenai, and we made a deal. I returned to Eventide to retrieve items that might break the curse upon her, and was almost returned to her when the Tuatha waylaid me. Unlucky, see. Mora has promised to change my fate, and to aid me in seeking a new ballad. A telling worth singing for all the coming ages. Perhaps she will help you too. The Fate Weaver Mora Challen resides in the Great Chamber, imprisoned in her home by the Tuatha. I encountered her there when exploring. She has made a bargain with me. If I help her escape, she will help me alter my fate. No longer will misfortune plague me. It is your decision. Then I alone will partake of Mora's blessings. I was an apprentice to Bareth during his astounding work with the beasts. Wishing to move out of his shadow and to prove my own worth, I set out to explore the world. What I found, who I found, it was all so unexpected. He was a respected member of the Eventide clan. Bareth was working with the Mergen, striving to understand them. I foresaw he would have little use for an apprentice once his work with the Mergen was complete. Most of my clan were slain outright, their screams spiraling into the great cycle like smoke. I believe my master Bareth survived along with his apprentice, Nell. I had already left Eventide, and would have escaped Twilight Pass altogether but for my desire to visit with Mora. It will be worth it. I know it will. It existed in Twilight Pass long before Ashmore and Eventide, and even before the House of Vengeance and our Grand Winter Court. Weckenai's magic is wild and deep. The fate she has made a bargain with me. If I help, this pleases me. Weckenai is a vast, cavernous ruin, and finding Mora in its depths is a task better fit for two. Let us go. She's imprisoned in the Great Chamber far below the surface. The Mergen will seek to stop us, but a bit of force will turn them back. Okay.
Tell me of this, Aethel. The light of water emblazoned upon the wall. It poured with a multitude of souls of peace. Escaped the well and flowed the pattern. It will forever sing the twilight of ethereal harmony. Balance moved.
It is as I feared. The door to the Great Chamber has been locked and warded. Give me a moment and I will see what I can do. Keep a watchful eye for Mergen. It would be a pity for our journey to end here. I understand. That was quite an ordeal. The Great Chamber is near. I understand.
Ordo, you have returned, and you have brought a companion. I see many things, but never did I foresee this. Welcome, new friend. It is a pity, for you I mean, that Ordo's hunger for a brighter fate has so clouded his judgment. You are so innocent, sweet Ordo. It pains me to do what must be done, and to have your friend witness it. I am Mora, Watcher of the Weave. This world, this tapestry of time, it is composed of many threads, each in its place. And then there's you, a loose thread. I've been trapped in this magical ruin by the Tuatha. I suppose it is a compliment that only the strong magic of Wekkenai can hold me here. This thread in time that has brought me here. I see it now. It has brought me to you. Gask and his pet sword Cryamore bound me to this chamber, fearing what might happen if I ventured into their new kingdom. They will learn soon enough. The Tuatha have trapped me in this ruin, my home, aware of my true power, but ignorant of my wrath. You see, Mora Charlin does not forget. I need the strength to break the curse, and will do anything to escape, even if it means draining the life essence from this poor wretch. Regrettable, but it is the only way. Now, I shall take Ordo and consume him as fuel for my revenge. As for you, stand aside or perish. Gusk sealed this ruin with the blood of the dead, and the spirits of the Fae fallen. It is cursed, and I with it. The place I once called home, now my prison. To break the curse, I must draw strength from the life essence of another. Ordo carries the power I crave, but not for much longer. You wish to fight Mora Challen where she is strongest? So be it. The Tuatha cannot yet know my wrath. You will. Goodbye.
Thank you for defeating Mora. I am lucky to be able to walk the lands yet another day longer. You have my blessings. I think I will meditate here a while, and think on what I will do next. I was an apprentice to Bareth, wishing to move out of his shadow and to prove my own worth. I set out to explore the world. What I found, who I found, was all so unexpected. Eventide was a clan of the high. We believed in the judgment of the Winter Court, and the Summer Court never interfered in our decisions. The Merkin used to stay underground, but now they have been... Twilight Pass is full of hidden nooks in which the Merkin might hide. So look before you leap. To be caged deep in a ruin like Weckenai is a punishment too unbearable for any Fae. Even Mora could not see where her own thread in time would lead. She was right about you, child of dust. You are uniquely able to create your own fate. I am forever grateful.
And you did find it. And that is your curse? The Arathi are gone. Upon these shattered ribs of early cities, they've left no mark. No name, no prayer, no secret word, no promise of return, no warning cry, no tale of a lonely death. What message might they have left, scratched in this antique stone, soft as a dusty grave? The peace of the Arathi returns the lifeblood of magic. They are the ultimate deceivers, the opposite of that which they appear. I saw their true form revealed there, a horrible, chaotic monstrosity, as foul and terrible as I once thought wondrous. My entire life spent chasing this dream. There was the truth before me. We are alone. There is nothing to save us. No greater things than the things we wreak.